When you're weary, feeling oh so very, very small, like a little mousey. Tears are in my eyes. I will dry them off, baby. That's right. That's the amazing Carly Ozard. Check her out at carlyozard.com. And you can find her album on Spotify. Just look for Carly Ozard. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's a beautiful Sunday here in Palo Alto, California. I was going to do this yesterday, but I was so exhausted, I couldn't do anything. I was also going to work on my lines yesterday for Mamma Mia and my music, and the words in my music, and my dance moves, and I did nothing because I couldn't function. I went for a 5-mile walk. I needed to move, and that's all I did. Today, I was going to work on my lines and my dancing and my music all day, but I manage a property in Santa Clara, which is south of here, about 20 minutes, and the garage door opener wasn't working, so I had to drive down there. Guess what? It was unplugged. This is the second time now, and these people that live there are engineers, and they couldn't figure out that the garage door was unplugged. So I went to the hardware store and I bought an extension cord that hopefully will prevent this from happening again. So that wasted most of my day. But I did go to the Apple headquarters area there in Cupertino, and there's a special Apple store and a display that's pretty cool. I put a video up on YouTube. Check it out. Just search Ray Renati on YouTube, and you'll see it. If you want to see what the Apple computer mothership looks like, check it out. So, yeah, let's see. It's almost 5 o'clock, and now I am finally starting to do what I had set out to do this morning, which is work on my lines for Mamma Mia. You know what's going to be fun? You can work on them with me. People are always asking, how do actors learn all those lines? How do they learn all that music? How do they learn all that choreography? I could never do that. Well, yeah, you could. You just have to get off your lazy ass and do it. You know, back in the olden days, people memorized all kinds of stuff, from the first grade on. Shakespeare even. Shakespeare memorized Latin like a maniac when he was in first grade. Ouch. Just bumped the microphone. So guess what? I'm going to show you the hard work. Bing. I'm dropping shit all over the place. That an actor does here. Okay, so I'm on my first page of lines, which is page 16. Oh, I yellowed them in. So let's see. The scene starts off with Harry saying, "I'm glad to get off that boat." And Bill says, "That was nothing. You should try a kayak in the Avangango swamps." And Harry says, "Yes, I read your book, A Bloke in a Boat in Botswana." And Bill says, "Thanks, Harry. I heard I'd sold a copy somewhere." Ha ha, rimshot, pump. I got a new mixer board, and I would be able to just add a rim shot in there, but I don't have it hooked up yet. And I'm not going to get into the whole wherefores and whys because of that, but I have to just do a rim shot for you. Bump. Okay. Harry says, "Travel books are my passion. A distraction from the daily rigors of the London rush hour." And then my first line of the show. "Do you two want to hear some?" I'll do it like the guy in the show, although I don't get to do this with the accent. "Do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna?" I don't get to do that. I just have to say it like a dude. Do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna? Okay, so how do I learn that line? Well, here's what I do. First, I look at the line before. "Travel books are my passion, a distraction from the daily rigors of the London rush hour." That doesn't give me any clues. But I'm talking about the taverna. So that means, since I'm talking about the taverna, do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna. That means when we walked on stage and Harry and Bill were just saying those lines that I recited to you, I wasn't listening to them. I didn't really care what they were doing. My whole focus, as soon as I walk on stage, is the taverna, which then prompts my line, do you want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna. Get it? So that makes it easier to learn your line. Because you know, when you walk on stage, you're not really interested in what the other characters are saying. You're solely interested in the taverna. What the hell's a taverna? You know, I should know what a frickin' taverna is. I mean, I think it means like a hotel or something. Tavern. I don't know. It's a Greek word? Taverna? Look at this. Can you believe it? This is the first time I'm looking up the word taverna. Oh, God. Do your friggin' homework, dude. And I'm waiting for the various internets on the Googles to give me an answer as to what taverna means. I better move this mic. It's probably like modulating weird all over the place. I don't care. Taverna definition, because I'm not getting a definition. Taverna definition. Let's get the exact definition of the word taverna. A small Greek restaurant or cafe. There you go. And since this is on a Greek island, and it's a cafe and a restaurant, thus it's a taverna. Oh, you see, you learn something every day. So that's how I learned my first line. Do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna. So you want to hear something interesting. So I have a secret about this place that I need to tell them. And I need to remember that. And that'll help me remember the line. Do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna? I don't tell them right away. Okay. And then what I do is I write down the letters of the first word in each line on a line of paper. So that would be, do you two want to hear something interesting? So that would be D-Y-T-W-T-H. No, shit. Do you two want to hear something interesting? Yeah, D-Y-T-W-T-H-S-I, question mark. And then you see this taverna, Y-S-T-T, question mark. And now you can actually look at that line on the piece of paper that you just wrote it down on, and you'll be surprised. You'll remember all the words, and you can do long speeches like that. And when you make a mistake, you go back and you see what the word, and you do it over and over again until you got it down. And you just keep doing that, page after page after page. That's what I do. So I do some detailed analysis like I just did there, you know. What I told you. I walk on stage. It's obvious I'm not listening to them. I'm completely concerned with the taverna. And I have something very interesting to tell them about the taverna, but I'm not going to tell them right away, which then makes it easy for me to remember my line. Hey, do you two want to hear something interesting? You see this taverna? Which I have been obsessed with for the first 6 lines of this play. There you go. So I'll never forget that line. There, one line learned. Well, I know other lines. I'm just telling you how I learn my lines when I'm not on stage. Also, you learn your lines from rehearsal, and you have a physical memory of the blocking, which means the movements and the relationship that you have to the other characters, actors on stage, and that stays in your mind, and it helps you remember. It's much easier to remember lines after you've blocked a scene because you have this physical memory of having done it on the stage with other people. It's really interesting. There you go, man. That's how you learn the lines. That's one way. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ray's Shorts. My shorts. What am I wearing for shorts today? Briefs or boxers? Briefs. Well, they're kind of those boxer briefs. Yeah, boxer briefs. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to Ray's Shorts, the Mamma Mia Chronicles. This has been Green Room on Air. Please go and give me a rating on iTunes, or you can go to Podbean and give some comments. That's where I host this incredible show. Podbean. Or you can listen to it on Anchor FM. I also upload it there. Check it out. Check it out. And tell your friends. Word of mouth. Word of mouth. Put it on the Facebook. Put it on the Twitter. Put it on the Instagram, or put it on the whatever else you use. Thanks so much for listening. And until next time, I will see you on the boards.
When you're weary,
good night, y'all.
Feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be met, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the streets, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part when darkness comes and pain is all around. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. If you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lead your mind. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lead your mind. I will ease your mind. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind. Like a bridge I will ease your mind.
Guido lives.